Question.
I hope all of you get into the General Assembly. Here's my question. I've gotten the impression, watching the General Assembly over the decades here, that it is fundamentally a dictatorship. The Speaker of the House is the dictator of the House. The President of the Senate is the dictator of the Senate. Is there anything that can be done to change that dynamic so that those, whoever they are, whatever person occupies those positions, does not have that kind of power?
Well, the first thing you have to do is get rid of that legislative grant slush fund the leadership has. If they can reward people in the Senate or the House, if they go along with a certain vote, they'll get a $1,000 check for the Boy Scouts or the Little League in their town. It's just a slush fund to keep the representatives in line.
That's my money.
It is your money.
That's my money.
The bottom line is, the best government is the problem. It's not the solution like Reagan said. Government is the problem. The best solution is to keep the money in your paycheck and you decide how to spend it. You decide what charities it goes to. You decide what you want to fund in your city or town. But don't send it to the government and let them decide. That's what they're there for. They just want the power and control. And that's what we have to take that away from them.
I have a quick answer. How do we solve that problem? You, the people in the back there. Mr. Laughlin, who's a veteran of the General Assembly, will tell you, I've gone up and testified in committee hearings. You show up at these committee hearings, and they give you out different colored stickers on whether or not you're a lobbyist or if you're a citizen. And almost every hearing I've gone to, I'm the only citizen. The only way, they're like rats on a ship or cockroaches in your kitchen. When you turn the lights on, they scurry. And the only way the lights get turned on is if you show up. We can get there, we can vote, we can sit on committees, we can do that. But if I'm sitting on a committee and I'm the only Republican on the committee, which I know Mr. Laughlin has survived and suffered through this in his career at the General Assembly, no matter how good of an idea that you have or whatever it is, it goes for further study. Okay? And that's how they pull the strings, and that's how they get it, and you have to acquiesce to them. But I gotta tell you, when citizens show up, that's why they're scared as hell. Okay, up here at Smith Hill. The Democrat Party and the party in power in this state is scared as hell because we show up. They've been trying to dismiss all of us as teabaggers and everything else that they want to come up with. They're wrong. What we are is hardworking, middle-class people in this state that made this state what it is. And if you really want to be able to stop what their dictatorship is, we need, if I'm there, I promise it's shining a light on what the process is. And we need every single one of us to show up to committee hearings and participate because they're lazy. They don't care about you, okay? Because all they're going to do is care about whether or not they're going to have a beer down at the pub later and talk about what kind of legislative gift they gave to their friend. And that's really, at the end of the day, how we can change this is that we need people that sit in this room that show up to these things. We need Tea Party people. We need people across the spectrum to take our state back and take our government back because they're there to serve us. We're not here to serve them. Thank you.
And that's basically how I started. Public service. As simple as that. You have the power. You've always had the power. The whole state has had the power. I think hopefully, I'm saying think, hopefully the state has finally gotten the message. We're talking voters. To finally do something. To finally say, you know what? My vote does matter. How many times I heard people say, the last election I had, in 08, I had more people come out of their homes on that Saturday when I had to reluctantly, with my son, take my signs off of every single lawn in East Providence. That's not an exaggeration. The votes weren't there though. And these people came out of their houses apologetic. I am so sorry. I didn't vote because I thought you had it. I look down my street and all I see is your signs. You know, I got that from every single street. And my answer was, do you see how important it is? Do you see how close races, and do you see how races are lost and won? This is the perfect example. You can't go on an assumption. You have to get to those polls. You have to vote. And we have to vote every single one of them out. If they've done a good job and they're actually towing the line and they're following order and they're actually a public servant, leave them alone. But you know what? A lot of them, bye, see ya. They're true public servants ready to come and serve you. That's how you do it. It's up to you.